Here at Stomvi, aside from making fine trumpets, we also make great trombones and French horn. But we don't always need them. What you just heard was recorded live in 2 passes, and the last chord represents a 6-octave spread from double pedal C to double high C. It was recorded using our 4-valve edition cornet, trumpets, and flugelhorns, and represents the future of the trumpet. These instruments, all 11 of them, were designed by Vicente Honorato, my partner and founder of Stomvi in Spain. Vicente is the first person to develop a complete line, starting up in a brand new instrument, the piccolo cornet in high A, which has the same range of the piccolo trumpet but gives you the ease of play and the power of a cornet, down through F, G, B flat, C trumpet, D, E flat, flugelhorn, corno da caccia. As I mentioned, there's 11 in all. 11 4-valve instruments in all. It changes the landscape of trumpet as we know it. Until 4-valve instruments, and in particular these in many different keys, we've been stuck with a 2.5 octave range for most of the literature. With the advent of these 4-valve instruments, you now have a 3.5, 4, 5, or even 6 octave range depending on your skill set and how much time you put into it. The 4th valve lowers the pitch of these instruments by a 1/4, or in the case of our flugelhorn and corno da caccia, a tritone. This was done for intonation purposes on those instruments. So now you've got this whole new palette of colors and a whole new set of notes and octaves and possibilities for composers to write for. Think of the Arturo Marquez trumpet concerto that was written for Pacho Flores recently, an incredible work that could not have been done on a 3-valve instrument. Suppose you're an orchestral trumpet player. Now, instead of having to distort your embouchure and throw slides out and do all sorts of different manipulations to play the low F in Carmen, for example, you've got a very good sounding, usable note. Or say you're a trumpet player in a 2 or 3 piece horn section. Now you've got way more possibilities. You can bridge the gap down to the trombone or the bari sax. You can play unison lines with them or other lines with them, simulating more than one instrument. You can play quasi-French horn parts, as you heard in the Fanfare earlier. It opens up so many possibilities. And the most important thing about all these instruments is their sound and how easy they are to play. The harmonics generated by these instruments is not unlike the kind of extra sound you get with a Benedetto 7-string guitar, for example, or a Bosendorfer 97-key piano. It's full of harmonics, it's full of colors, it's full of sympathetic vibrations that don't exist in 3-valve instruments. And because of some tricky things we've done with acoustic and mechanical damping, these instruments are incredibly easy to play. These are the greatest sounding, the biggest sounding, and the easiest to play instruments ever designed, developed, and manufactured. And they're in production now. Titan 4 valve edition instruments, they're the future.